Hi Aquarius, welcome to your June 2015 tarot reading. So I devised my own spread because I thought that it would make it easier for me to interpret the cards. And the first card that I chose was to represent the energy coming in from the prior month, which is May, if you're listening to it in late May, into early June. And the card that I picked for you was the Four of Swords in reverse. Now, in its upright position, the Four of Swords indicates somebody who is resting, who is on spiritual retreat. They're lying down. They have their hands in a praying position. So there is almost like a spiritual element to it, as well as trying to, take a breather. Because you got it in the reverse position, it indicates that your life will start to become more active and that you are supposed to jump back into the fray at this time. And the wonderful card that describes the first half of June that I pulled for you is the Ace of Pentacles. And I have the Rider-Waite deck. I love the illustrations on these cards because they have this cloud with a hand and it's holding a pentacle. And pentacles relate to money and other material goods. And sometimes they're referred to as coins for this reason. And this is an extremely positive card. It's got to be way up there in terms of material blessings from the universe. So it's very possible that you will get a windfall. I can't tell you where it's going to come from. It may come from an unexpected source, but somehow it's going to herald kind of a new chapter in your life, because aces always represent beginnings. And I just want to say that as I've been doing these readings, I've been seeing June as a turning point for a lot of people. For some, it will be after the new moon, I think, which occurs on June 16th and just happens to be after Mercury goes direct on the 11th. But for you, it sounds like it's going to be right out of the box. You have a lot of planets passing through that fifth house. And the fifth house, in addition to being the house of children and creativity, is also the house of gambling. So I wonder if some of you will hit the jackpot, but please don't take that as an endorsement for gambling. I have a stellium in the fifth house and I don't like to gamble. Look for the first half of June to be very prosperous materially, for whatever the reason. And then for the second half of the month, I drew the Hierophant card for you. Now, the Hierophant is an earthy authority figure. I see that he's associated with Taurus. It's everything related to the orthodoxy, the established order. And it could actually symbolize those people who have some connection to teaching. And it could be that some of you who are in academia hear about some job that you applied for at some college that will be for the fall semester. It could be that some of you are going to get married, which is noteworthy because Aquarians are very unconventional, freedom-loving people. But ceremony could be highlighted here. What kind of ceremony? I have no clue. It seems to suggest that some of you are putting on your social mask. As Anthony Lewis says in his wonderful resource, Tarot Plain and Simple, that I use all the time. And it makes me wonder if this Ace of Pentacles ties into this. If you somehow are living this wonderful lifestyle, but you still are, for some reason, you feel the need to conform. the Hierophant is actually connected in some way to the Ace of Pentacles in that they both indicate a comfortable existence. The Hierophant is about searching for meaning in life, but it's firmly rooted in the material as well. And it could simply mean that you are enjoying the physical, but at the same time, you are exploring the spiritual. It's up for interpretation, I suppose. So the third card that I drew for you represents the last half of June, and that card was the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a religious leader. It represents the orthodoxy, a wise counselor. It can represent teaching. Some of you may have gotten an increase in salary, and maybe you're connected to academia or some sort of teaching institution, and you have this new position where you're a tenured teacher, or maybe you're the head of the department, something like that. And so you're kind of this authority figure at a higher level, at the highest level for your particular sphere of influence. Or it could be that you seek out such a person. Maybe you need the services of a marriage counselor, or even like a guru. It's going to be somebody who's more conventional, however. This can also relate to marriage ceremonies. Either you attend a marriage at the end of June, or maybe it could even relate to your own marriage. I know that Aquarians tend to be rather unconventional, but there are some conservative Aquarians. You're ruled by Uranus, but you're also ruled by Saturn. So some of you can seem more like Capricorns in reality. But whatever it is, it's a very traditional sort of influence and official, and it takes place in the last half of June. And you may be able right now to kind of get a feeling for what it is if you have something planned for the end of June. Whatever is going on is very much in tandem with the Ace of Pentacles, because this Hierophant is connected to Taurus. So maybe it's a Taurus person who is in a position of authority. In any case, it exudes an earthy, prosperous image. I think this card just shows that you're going to be in a position where you are considered either the expert at you could be the Hierophant, and you could be the one that is dispensing the wisdom, or you're seeking the counsel of someone who is doing so. And this has a philosophical bent to it, so it could be that, even though you have this money from the Ace of Pentacles, there's still more that you want. It's not enough for you. I should add about the Ace of Pentacles is that it could relate to a business that you start. I've been saying this for the other cards as well, that I'm seeing a lot of people starting their own businesses. And it kind of makes sense because of the way things are these days. It's actually a blessing because the universe is forcing us to step into our purpose. And a lot of times we get sidetracked because we are conditioned through school to work for other people, to listen, to be indoctrinated, and then to just follow it out robotically. And it might have nothing whatsoever to do with what we came here to accomplish. So if you are given some money during June, you may get the funding to be able to do so. And that would be wonderful. And then maybe you will be like this Hierophant. You'll be this expert in the community. Or else you'll seek the counsel of someone who is well established in this field. However, I think that the Hierophant may suggest that you're not going to be satisfied with just having money. You know, you want to find out why you're here at a deeper level, and that's a wonderful thing. And then the energy to tie it all together with is the Eight of Wands reversed. And basically, this is a card that I associate with Mercury retrograde. What this might suggest is that because of the Mercury retrograde lasting till the 11th, and then even when it goes direct, there's a certain period that is considered the shadow, and it continues to exert influence for a little while longer. It might be suggesting that if you're starting a new venture, take it slowly. Don't expect to have everything explode overnight. And anticipate problems, because it may be a little bit hairy during June. But I do think that that Ace of Pentacles is so overwhelmingly positive that it's going to be a game changer. It's going to do something that propels you into a whole new way of living. Boy, I really put myself on a limb there. Let's see what transpires, Aquarius. Okay, I look forward to talking to you about July shortly. Bye.